Hi everyone, in this video I'll show how to install Lubuntu in a dual boot with Windows without using a USB drive. Installing Lubuntu is great for those with an older computer as it uses a very low amount of RAM and can run fast even on older CPUs. So going to download Lubuntu, going to lubuntu.me. Now the latest version is 26.04 and it says here version 24.04 new. So as you can see it's not updated here, but at the bottom we see a post for it, Lubuntu 26.04 LTS released. So by the time that you're watching this video, it may already be updated. So I'm going to download it, scrolling back up, get Lubuntu, and I'm going to download desktop 64-bit. Once downloaded, go into your downloads folder, and there's my file. I'm going to mount it, so hit enter or right click and mount. Open. Alright, and we see it's mounted. It's mounted onto my H drive here. And now I'm going to open up disk management, start disk management. Alright, and on my computer I have disk 0, my first disk here. It's 476 gigabytes. It's my SSD, and I have Windows installed. Here's the UEFI partition for Windows, my Windows C drive, and the recovery partition. And then at the bottom here, it's the ISO that's mounted. Now I mounted it here in Windows, so it's only going to be seen here. And if I reboot, I won't be able to boot from it. So I'll be creating a new partition just for the installation media, so it's bootable. So I'm going to be installing Lubuntu onto my first disk here, and I'll be using some free space that's on my C drive. So I have 416 gigabytes available, so more than enough free space. So I'm going to shrink my C drive, right click, shrink volume, and the amount of space I'll set aside 110 gigabytes for Lubuntu, and for the ISO, it's about 3.65 gigabytes here. So I'll do 5 gigabytes to make it easy, so 115 gigabytes in total. So 115000, shrink. Alright, and there's my unallocated space. So I'm going to create a separate EFI partition for Lubuntu to avoid Windows from possibly removing the Lubuntu boot files. Right click, new simple volume, next, and then the size for it will be 512 megabytes. Next, next. The file system will be FAT32, and I'll label it as EFI Lubuntu. Next, finish. Alright, and we see it's been created. I'll also need to set the ESP flag on it, which I can do in Windows or in Lubuntu, but I'll do it in Lubuntu. The next partition I'll be creating is for the Lubuntu OS. Going to the unallocated space, select it, right click, new simple volume, next, and the size for it will be 110,000, or about 110 gigs. Next, next, and the file system doesn't matter, as this will just be a placeholder, and I'll label it as Lubuntu. Next, finish. Alright, and we see it's been created. And the last partition I'll be creating is for the installation media. Select it, right click, new simple volume, next, next, next. File system will be FAT32, and then the volume label will be ISO. Next, finish. Alright, and it has been created. And now I'm going to go back into Explorer, copy all the contents on my H drive, go into my new F drive, labeled ISO, and paste. Alright, everything has been copied over. Going back into disk management. And so this partition here, so as long as you have a modern computer, your BIOS should be able to detect and boot from this partition. And now I'm going to reboot my computer and go into the BIOS. In your BIOS, ensure that Secure Boot is disabled, and if you have Fast Boot, disable it as well. And now I'm going to do a one-time boot into the installation media partition. It's labeled as UEFI OS, and how I can confirm that, go back into Windows, open up a command prompt as administrator, type in bcdedit space / enum space firmware. And at the bottom, you can see there's partition F, the F drive that was created, and the description, UEFI OS. I'm going to boot into it. Alright, it's booted into the installation media partition. Try or install Ubuntu. All right, it has started up. Select your language and your internet connection. So I have a wired connection, so it's currently connected. And if you are using Wi-Fi, then you can select your SSID and then put in the password and then hit connect. After, I'm going to go to try Lubuntu first. I'm not going to install just yet. All right, and it's booted into the Lubuntu Live environment. And so I'll need to set the ESP flag or the boot flag. So I'm going to open up KDE Partition Manager. And then you can just hit cancel. KDE Partition Manager is similar to disk management in Windows. And we can see the three partitions that I had created in Windows. First partition is dev SDA4, the separate UEFI partition for Lubuntu, 512 megabytes. SDA5, the placeholder partition that I had created for the Lubuntu OS, 107 gigabytes. And dev SDA6 is the installation media partition. So I'm going to set the boot flag on the EFI partition, select it, right click, properties, and set it to boot. Okay, and I'm going to hit apply, apply pending operations. Okay, it was successful. Okay, going to close. And now I'm going to install Lubuntu. The welcome screen comes up, hit next. Select your location, next. Your keyboard, next. And here you can select your installation type. So you got full installation, normal, and minimal. I'll select the default, normal. And additional options, I'm going to download and install updates following installation. And here you can install additional third-party packages. So you can choose if you want to install any, but of course you can always install them afterwards. I'm going to hit next. And here's the partition screen. So it has my disk selected, the 476 gig drive. And I'm going to be selecting replace a partition. And I'll set the file system for it to BetterFS. And then going to the bottom here, I'm going to select the placeholder partition, SDA5, the 107 gigabyte partition. All right, and we can see here that at the bottom, it's going to be installing Lubuntu on here, the red portion here, Lubuntu. And then the EFI system partition, going to make sure it's selecting SDA4, which is the 512 megabyte FAT32 partition that I had created. And then next, fill in your name, username, computer name, and password. And you can select login automatically without asking for a password. And you can select to use Active Directory if you have it in your environment. And for me, I'm not going to be using either. Next. And here's the summary screen. It will give an overview of what will happen once you start the install procedure. And when ready, hit install. Install now. All right, and it's now installing Lubuntu. And you can go to the bottom right, click on the icon, and you can see the current status. And you can hit it again to toggle out of it. And so this will take a little bit of time to install. All right, Lubuntu has been installed on your computer. You may now restart into your new system or continue using the Lubuntu Live environment. So when I hit done, it will restart and it should start the grub bootloader. But to make sure, after it restarts, I'll go into the BIOS to verify the boot order. All right, and in my boot order, first option is the Windows Boot Manager, second is UEFI OS, and third is Ubuntu. And it says Ubuntu because Lubuntu is based off of it. So I'll have to change this so it's boot option number 1 and save changes and exit. All right, and I have the grub bootloader come up and I have Ubuntu. And we see at the bottom there, it has found Windows, so that is good. So I'm going to boot into Lubuntu. Put in my password. All right, and it's booted into Lubuntu. Going to open up the KDE Partition Manager. And it's asking me to authenticate. Put in your password. All right, and so the ISO partition, the installation media partition, I no longer need it. So I'm going to delete it. Right click, delete, apply, apply. Okay. And so I have some free space now. And so the Lubuntu OS is 107 gigabytes. So I'm going to resize it so it can use this free space. Right click, resize move, and I'll drag the slider all the way. Okay. And then I'm going to apply. Okay. All right, and we can see the space has increased to 111.81 gigabytes. And now I'm going to close. Now I'm going to reboot to ensure I can get back into Windows. All right, the boot menu comes up, and I'm going to go down and select Windows. All right, and it's booted back into Windows. So that's it. That's how you can install Lubuntu in a dual boot with Windows without using a USB drive. I hope this video has been useful, and I thank you for watching. Bye now.